Are we on? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Microphone check. Lights. Cameras.
This is swanky. This is lifestyle. This is culture. Welcome to the social center of everything culture. Culture Daily.
That's 9:15 here on the Culture Daily, and I love that jam in the background. Don't just love good music. My collaboration there, we're just talking about it here in the studio as well. But anyways, still moving on. Betway wants to remind us this morning that you've placed that perfect multi-bet. It's going your way until it's not, because one or more pick will let you down. And with the Betway's Bet Saver feature, you can always win and get your bet back even if you miss. And even on multiple losses, you can still get your bet back and more. Now, Bet Saver is exclusive to Betway. Get way more. Terms and conditions apply. I like that quiet effect. Terms and conditions apply. It's regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet the responsible way. Betway, get way more. Good morning to my pops who's also watching and teasing me right now. But y'all leave me alone. Listen, there's a magic number. Now when you dial it, I tell you what, you're just gonna enjoy something real cool. For those who are on Telecel, you need to switch to Telecel now and you can enjoy this as well. I tell you what, we do understand that all of you have got ways in which you use your data, right? Some browse all night, some browse all day, some like to call, some like to be on long phone calls. A few minutes ago, Dr. Chris was on a long phone call, so I suggest he switches to Telecel now. And guess what? If he does that as well, there's a cool offer. Just by dialing *530# you switch to, or you get to enjoy or subscribe to the Telecel Made For Me bundle. Chris is made for you. It's made for you. So you can enjoy, long calls, uninterrupted telephone calls, not the ones that you call and it cuts. Your data services is just, top notch in there. If you're also on the app, you can just go on the app and just subscribe to Telecel's Made For Me bundle, because it's made for you, personalized. So it's to change your life today and start using Telecel and connecting energies like they say.
I'm already on Telecel. I've been on Telecel.
Whilst you are on Telecel, I just want to tell Jason that a Cravaganza is also happening this weekend, 29th. He has to be there because it's going to be lit. Yes, it's going to be lit. It's just 200 Ghana cedis, bro. You can't tell me you can afford it, man. Listen, your salary is almost $1 million, bro. Yeah, it's almost $1 million, bro. Like, a 40th party happened over the weekend. Go and make sure yours happens at Cravaganza. It's going to be crazy, Richard. It's gonna be crazy. Yeah, it's extra smooth. Listen, I'm telling you what. Listen, you just sip on that smooth. AC, you were there, so tell them that there's a chance.
Guinness smooth is smooth.
Yeah, it's smooth,
the new
bro.
Guinness smooth.
Okay, it's smooth, right?
It's smooth.
It's
yeah.
so smooth.
It's not smoothie. It's smooth. It's smooth.
It's true. It's good before you go and
I know, right?
expect Guinness smoothie.
It's just 200 Ghana cedis. If you go to cravaganza.com, bro, you just be there. Okay. And for 200 Ghana cedis, I'm giving you R the J.
Because I'm with you.
It's not free. It's not free. It's 200 Ghana cedis, bro. Just 200.
Okay.
I know you can pay for 6, right? Like 6. That's 1,002. That's not much. That's nothing for Jason. I mean, it's easy peasy.
Yeah, even like he's telling you, some people don't tell them, I'll give you tickets. You get it. They say, I don't know this guy.
Yeah. Just 200 Ghana cedis. There's a whole package. A whole package. Trust Guinness to deliver. So you don't want to miss this one. It's gonna be crazy. Arda J, Aloji, Molly, Lamem Gang, Lali and Lola, Stoneboy. Charlie, the list is just endless. It's gonna be sick like that. I know you haven't seen Stoneboy yet. This is a chance for you to see him. Yeah. So be there.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, Stoneboy.
So you want to tell him about how to use Pepsodent? I don't know if he's been using it though, but just tell him.
Oh, it depends whether he has any gum disease or whether he just wants good hygiene, because there's Pepsodent charcoal and there's Pepsodent herbal as well. So every time we eat, we know what happens. Things get trapped in between our teeth, leading to tooth decay, gum disease, and even foul breath. So Pepsodent charcoal has that zinc and fluoride to make sure that any holes in your teeth are filled up, and it gives you that clean, beautiful white smile. And of course, if you have any issues with your gum sensitivity, etc., then you go for Pepsodent Herbal, where there's mint and herbal extracts. But if you need to talk to somebody, you can also do that on 0800 161 000, 0800 161 000, as Pepsodent has has set it up perfectly for you toll free to speak to a dentist, because they've been working with the Ghana Dental Association for 25 years. So all you have to do is either call on 0800 161 000, or you hop into any shop across the country and you pick the Pepsodent and you make sure that you definitely have the best in oral hygiene, because Pepsodent, every smile does matter.
Well, smiles do matter in this day and age. Imagine talking to a lady and you see her, she doesn't smile because maybe she hasn't brushed her teeth in the morning, and all of that, so just advise her to use Pepsodent, you know what I mean? I know
because bad breath is terrible.
Yes.
Wait, it's experience? Like you've experienced this?
See, I was going to put this on my ex account. Unpopular opinion about certain people where they have like bad breath. If you know that you're someone who has to do anything where you get close to people, make sure you use Pepsodent so you don't have bad breath, because the person has to deal with you.
You've been dealing with some stuff, huh?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Hairstylists, I'm talking to you.
Whoa.
We shall reign forever.
Shots fired.
No, imagine if you're cutting your hair and you know how guys like when you with your barber you're chatting and you see you know that, but imagine if you had bad breath.
Oh my days.
Yeah, wow. And it's not just like women. I'm talking like both ways, because this funny enough, like this is something that became a conversation in like a group chat. No. How can we say it's when the person is there? No. I mean, like different experiences.
Doc, I know what we're talking about this morning, but we'll come to it in a minute. But just before that, a quick commercial break on this one. We need to learn how to brush teeth. Like, we mentioned last time. Yeah. Like how to brush teeth and all of that, but we have to. But also, we are in Alajo on Monday. Listen, Chale, T Junction, Alajo T Junction, that crossroads for that place, that T Junction for there.
It was last year, right? It was
last year. I want a word that describes a local word to describe the
Susket.
Bad Mayors is gonna be there. Like the list is just endless. Crazy artist lineup. Article 1, big shouts going out to you, bro. Massive. Thanks for the support. AEC, thank you so much. They're all gonna be there at Alajo on Monday night to just jam with us at Salah Fest. I think it's Happy Eid Mubarak, right? Yes, I think if I had it wrong, apologies. But it's celebration. We are ending Ramadan, so it means that, and I'm loving something that's happening now. The trend of fasting and its spiritual essence and meaning is moving even away from Muslims into everyone. And I see people are also joining in the fast. It's like a spiritual cleansing moment for a lot of us.
But you do know that it's Lent season, right?
As well, yes. So it's beautiful that both Christians and non-Christians alike, Muslims and non-Muslims alike, are all fasting, and it's good. Fast, bro, fast. And it's just ending this Saturday. If you do today to Saturday, bro, Jason, you good.
Jason,
all right?
has been fasting.
So that you can be at Alajo. We'll break your fast at Alajo on Monday. He says it's by choice.
I'm asking him.
Is it 010 or 100?
000.
But we had a discussion about fasting, and you must fast also understanding yourself and your body type and all before
fasting.
Exactly, before you jump into it as well, but it's a good season for us. So we are going to be at Alajo, massive, crazy. Turn up will be massive, mad thing.
Are you going to be on stage?
Bro, I am the stage.
I'm also going to be a part of the stage before.
AKA step on my back.
No, not that stage.
Okay.
My own is a different stage. We're talking about the Women's Brunch 2025. Now join us for the Fifth 3 Music Women's Brunch. Let's endlessly celebrate women, elevating dialogues, togetherness, inspiring moments, empowerment, and inclusion. Of course, you are invited. This will be taking place on the 29th of March 2025 at 10 a.m. prompt at the Airport West Hotel. And so if you want to RSVP, you can call Whitney or Lenny. Whitney on 0244515308. Again, 0244515308, and Lenny on 026-623-0324. Again, 026-623-0324. The dress code is contemporary Ghanaian. Let's steadily shine our lights and definitely make sure that women are celebrated in a way that needs they need to be celebrated, okay? And then finally, you can experience a sound like never before with Bang & Olufsen Atelier, where you become part of the craft. Now, you design your own bespoke audio masterpiece or select from exclusive creations tailored to your style, whether it's a speaker that seamlessly fits your space or a statement piece that turns hits. If you can imagine it, you can hear it. Now discover more with Bang & Olufsen at our shop at the Atlantic Towers, Airport City, Accra. Bang & Olufsen Atelier, you dream it, we craft it.
And I tell you, one of the very first, either managers or CEOs of, I don't know if she was the first female. I can't confirm it, but she was appointed by Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, was the wife of W.E.B. Du Bois. Yes. And she died. It's worth celebrating her tomorrow because she died 27th March in 1977. And as we talk about women in media as well, she also happens to be one of the people that, living legends. Oh no, death legends.
Unsung heroes.
Let me leave it right there. Tomorrow we'll discuss her. So now the show is on and popping. Now I tell you what, we're discussing lung diseases. Something we might take for granted, but it's there are lots of things we need to understand about it. This morning, Chris is here to just help us in the conversation. Doc, good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm not too good. I'll have a discussion with you after the show. I'm not too good, but I'm sure you can heal me in seconds. Yeah, he's the man. What is the lung?
So when we talk about,
do you know?
No.
Wait, hold up.
That's why you're asking.
This question might sound silly.
Yeah.
You might think you know what it is, but if I ask people to put it into description for me, they will tell me that thing that air goes inside. But
no, you said what is it? It's a body part. It's a body part.
There's a lot we need to understand about that.
It's an internal organ.
Yes, it sure is.
But
like what's a carburetor? It's a part of a car. I know. Do cars use carburetors still?
No.
Okay.
It was traded for the injection system.
Yeah, Charlie, that didn't bring problem before. Carburetor. Anyway, Doc, the lung.
So as she rightfully mentioned, it's an internal organ.
Oh, Doc, you too.
And it's part of the respiratory system.
Okay.
The organs that form part of the respiratory system.
Which other
respiratory system?
Which other organs form part of the respiratory system?
So if you're talking about your mouth, your nose, your nasal cavity.
Okay.
So wherever air goes through, it's part of the respiratory system.
Okay.
Right. So the respiratory system is made up of, as we are talking about the lungs, its job is to aid in inhalation and exhalation.
Okay.
So the act of taking air and then breathing out carbon dioxide. So I would say oxygen. You take in oxygen and you take out carbon dioxide. So the oxygen.
I've always wondered how that exchange works.
So I have a short video that we developed for something to explain it further.
Okay.
So what happens is that, let's say air, for lack of a better word, goes through your nostrils, your nose, right, your nasal passageway into your lungs. Right.
Yeah.
It enters your lungs. It fills your lungs. It's like an air sac.
Yes.
Right. We have the alveoli. I want to use certain words.
Oh no. Feel free.
You have your bronchioles. And
yes.
So when we talk about bronchioles, it will come again in certain conditions. We had bronchitis.
Right?
Yeah. So they will come to that. So when it goes in there, there's exchange. There's a thin layer between your blood vessels. There's so many blood vessels in your lungs. So it comes in contact with it. So there's exchange between your blood vessels. Give it carbon dioxide. And then it takes oxygen, so it binds with your blood, your red blood cells.
So that means you have carbon dioxide in your system already.
Yes, we do have it in our system.
So is that an end product? Sorry, not an end. Is that used oxygen that converts into carbon dioxide?
Yes, it's an end product of respiration.
Okay.
So it goes through your system. It's supposed to vitalize all these organs through the blood. So the blood is supposed to supply this oxygen to everywhere. Once it goes through, it takes carbon dioxide in the process and returns it back to the lungs. For the lung to exhale it as carbon monoxide.
Hence the reason why if you breathe in carbon dioxide, it becomes toxic to you. Okay.
That's when people turn blue.
Eyes of their body.
Your body, if we are not, so your tongue can turn blue. Last time we talked about tongue. Part of it is when you're lacking oxygen, your tongue turns blue. Because all these places are saturated with blood vessels. So lack of the blood what you call hemi will reduce. So the hemi is what gives your blood a red color. Hemi, the hemoglobin that you hear, the hemi part.
I thought it was someone's nickname. Like I was looking at who can be called Hemi in the building.
Right. So today in our discussion, we're talking about anything that restricts your lungs from working properly, which are diseases.
Okay.
So these diseases today, we are going to divide them into 3.
Okay. All right. So the video is ready. I don't know if you want us to go into the video now. So let's watch this video. Gives us also an extra description and understanding of this process as described by Doc.
Your right lung has 3 lobes, and your left lung has 2. Your left lung is smaller than your right because it shares that side of the chest with your heart. Your trachea carries air into the lungs. The trachea divides into airways called bronchi. These branch into smaller and smaller airways, and at the end of these airways are tiny air sacs called alveoli. Within the alveolar walls is a dense network of tiny blood vessels. The extremely thin barrier between the air and capillaries allows oxygen from the air you breathe to diffuse from the alveoli and into the blood. As the cells in your body work, they produce a waste gas called carbon dioxide, which is released into the bloodstream. Your lungs get rid of this waste gas when you breathe out. The oxygen-rich blood then travels from your lungs to the heart, where blood is pumped to the rest of your body. More specifically, it flows from the lungs to the left atrium through the pulmonary veins. Your mitral valve opens to send blood from your left atrium to your left ventricle. When your left ventricle is full, it squeezes, opening your aortic valve. Your heart sends blood to your aorta, where it flows to the rest of your body. At each body part, a network of tiny blood vessels called capillaries connects the very small artery branches to very small veins. The capillaries have very thin walls. Through them, nutrients and oxygen are delivered to the cells, and waste products are brought into the capillaries. Capillaries then lead into veins, which carry the deoxygenated blood back to the right side of the heart. From there, it is pumped back to your lungs to collect a fresh supply of oxygen, and the entire cycle starts again. Thank you for watching this video. Please check out my next video if you want to.
All right, so
that was quick, right?
That was quick, right? Yeah.
As we are speaking, when it's happening.
Yeah, like so quick, like.
So if you tell someone to hold their breath, just imagine how much shortage you are creating. Mm-hmm. Because when you hold your breath, you are forgetting one thing. You are not also exhaling. So you're not taking oxygen. Carbon monoxide is not coming out. So you are creating stasis. So carbon monoxide will keep increasing, which will go beyond your oxygen level. Mm-hmm. Then the person starts feeling dizzy. I can't see. Then everything is shutting down.
Wow. So let me just take us off the lung and we'll come back to it in a bit. Right. So I told you I was experiencing some pain, you know, like, and sometimes it makes my hand or my fingers numb for a second. So is it that the breathing is not breathing that the blood no they go there, or you know, like I just want to understand.
Your osteo bang mami. Different. We'll go discuss that next week.
Man. No, what could be the problem? Like,
it could be so many factors. It could even be something I can't say on air.
Okay, all right. Who diagnose me before you mention something that Charlie.
Before you know, you turn into a headline.
Jay suffering from osteo bang mami.
Jay can't move his hands.
Okay, so
you know if that happens, right? At Salafest or any event, is that people will watch out for that. Yeah. Whether he changes the mic, he puts the mic in his life like that.
If you watch, I've been moving myself, you know, because I'm in some mad pain, but it's all good though. You know, no pain, no gain. Sorry. So, okay, so this is a very quick process that happens. You know, now what are some of the things that can affect this process?
So the first one is, let's say, lack of oxygen in the room where, let's say, for example, we've been having fires for a while now, right? Mm-hmm. If somebody was like our firemen, that's why they put on these oxygen cylinders, because wherever you're going to is carbon monoxide, which is toxic to your blood.
Okay.
Right. So if you're going to in that space, that's why they tell you when something is burning, you stick close to the wall and lower, because carbon monoxide is heavier, it's lighter than oxygen. Rises. So it will rise and your oxygen will be lower on the ground. So when you walk, you slide on the ground, you get oxygen more than. But if you stand upright, there's chance of you getting hypoxic. It means that lack of oxygen thereof, right? So with that in mind, the first one you want to talk about, the fact that the person can't get oxygen. And that's what we talk about is obstructive. Right? Yeah, it's an obstructive condition. Then you have a restrictive condition. And then you have a vascular condition. Okay. These are the three parts you get. So vascular will affect blood vessels that supply.
Okay.
Right? Those are supposed to transport all this around the body. That's the first part. The second one is you take in obstructing in the sense that you take in oxygen, all right? You take in to full capacity, but you're not able to exhale it.
Okay.
What causes that?
We'll come to that. Right? You have that. So an example that you know commonly is asthma.
Oh, okay.
Doc, before you mention the third one.
So the person is able to take in the oxygen, but he's not able to
bring it back. Doc, you mentioned the third one. So when I inhale polluted air, like smoke, maybe somebody smoking.
Accra Central.
The e-waste dump site.
Yes, how is that process? When it goes into my lungs, does any form of separation of these particles happen? And what if there are dust particles that go into the lungs? Before you mention the third point.
Yeah, so in the case that let's use an example, somebody's burning something as bad as this e-waste products. Some of them have lead, cyanide, and certain toxic chemicals in them, and you inhale it. Your body is going to try to separate it's going to transport the way oxygen would have been done. So it will bind with your red blood cells. Now red blood cells, seeing that this is not, they can't differentiate whether this is good or bad. Their job is to transport. So they'll transport it to other organs, where it's going to cause damage.
Okay. So when I smoke weed,
right?
I don't smoke weed.
It's too late, bro.
But it's already out there.
But when I
go TikTok that part. When I smoke weed.
Add a beat to it.
Yeah, when I smoke weed, it goes into, so the highness comes from.
When I smoke weed, my hand it pays the ratio. Doc, when I smoke weed, the pain, my hand. Then I go find some old clip of you saying, "I love it, I love it."
Doc, so getting high.
Be careful what you say.
So getting high is in the blood.
Yeah,
in your blood where they high.
Your blood transports all these things. So it's going to transport to your brain. Your blood is supplying everybody.
Jesus.
So if yes, so it's going to transport to your brain, which controls balance and everything. So what's going to happen? You're going to start feel like, or the euphoria, that feeling of sensation, of happiness, and smiling at people for no reason. Okay, that's what's happening with the drug that's causing the red thing. The same thing. Sometimes it's supposed to numb pain. The nervous system supposed to stop. Like you have the pain, but we want you to stop feeling it, so you stop screaming. So you give something to help you. Yeah, so it's able to inhibit the pain. Now you've taken it beyond a certain point, so it's shutting down everything.
Okay.
Oh, that's why it makes them immobile.
Immobile, because you can ideally, if you are standing for too long, your body is supposed to feel pain and tell your brain that lie down. Take a rest, sit down.
See, because they can be in the weirdest positions. So they're just stuck.
Where are you meeting all these drug addicts?
It's on the internet.
So Keche Joshua met one and he's shocked. He put it on his page and he's shocked. Oh, okay. So when you inhale maybe like nicotine and coke, that they are very addictive. It goes into your bloodstream.
Yes. So I think nicotine also does that. It stains.
I think blood oxygen so that they.
Yes.
Why?
Okay. So blood oxygen.
Okay.
Right.
We have the third point to come to, but
yes. So blood oxygen is what is important. The whole point of inhalation or respiration is for you to get oxygen. Right.
In your blood.
In your blood.
Okay.
So that other organs and cells who need oxygen to also survive get it. So the supply system, I would say the manufacturing point or the binding process is down in your lungs, where it sends it to your heart. Your heart is the pumping station. So it creates the pressure enough to push. It's like your water pumping station. So it pumps all the water to everybody else. Now, when that water is sent, let's say from Wager being your heart, sends the blood to everybody else. Whatever the consequences that we are getting, we all don't know. I am the brain, I'm sitting somewhere, I don't know what's coming. I am the kidney, I'm sitting somewhere, I don't know what's coming. I'll just have to take it.
So if it picks up Bola at La Paz,
you drink it.
It's going straight
into your pipes.
You drink it like that.
Right. If it's fecal matter, you're going to get it.
So don't get this Bola.
I'm sure the brain will be sitting there like, why we cry? They know it.
Yes.
Right. So your body in trying to sometimes manage this will start shutting down systems.
Oh.
Just to make sure you're in a sort of, you're able to move. That's why, let me give you an example. If you are afraid of something, your body in your way, flight or fright, either you stand there immobile or you actually get adrenaline. Because your body is trying to save you. It's trying to save itself from getting destroyed. So it will try, that's why you jump a wall, you climb something. And when somebody records and shows it, you'll be like, whoa, how did I do that? That's how your body deals with some of these things. And the states where it can't, it starts damaging it. Because that's when you're exposed so much that there's nothing the body can do now. So your body starts to adapt. That's where we come to some of this. We come to restrictive behavior in the sense that now I'm not able to take in oxygen anymore because the lung capacity has reduced. Okay. That's why he said when you see a smoker's lung, it's smaller because the nicotine and the smoke has made it shrink. The muscles have tensed up. So instead of it being like a flexible balloon that inflates, takes in a lot of oxygen, it's going to reduce. So that same person, you are running with a person. As you're running, your body's always taking oxygen to help the muscles move. The person will go like a short distance, like out of it, because though he's taking air, the capacity has reduced.
The air has nowhere to go, basically.
Yes, basically. So you have two options. Either I take in the air, it's not able to go out because there's blockage in the system that's supposed to take it out, or I can't take in at all. So in the case of asthma, you've taken the air, but because you've got an infection bacteria in your lungs, it has narrowed all these airways. So now mucus is filling the place and it's drowning you.
Wow.
That's why they get a breathlessness. So the drug that we take, the inhaler, is supposed to go in there, send a pulse or a signal to these muscles around your airway to relax and open up and allow to flow. That's how the drug works.
So can smokers use this? Let's say you're a smoker, but you don't have asthma.
Yes, but smokers, you see why they tell smokers somebody with asthma not to go near smoke? Because smoke causes to constrict. It causes your pathway, the airway to constrict.
That's why he's asking if.
So yeah, I'm a smoker. I don't have asthma, but I'm going to use the inhaler to do what it does for an asthma patient.
Yes. Just cut that part, yeah. I'm a smoker. I'm
a smoker. When I smoke in my hand, don't worry. I'm going to today show. I'm going to brutal.
I fell off, bro. I made a mistake.
Why? I'm not quiet. You know this here.
So see, Will is a smoker.
When he gets quiet, be careful.
See, Will is a smoker, right? And he doesn't have asthma. Right. But he decides to use the inhaler. He's just cutting the same. Who's cutting it?
Who's gonna cut it?
But he's a smoker. When I smoke, then we are going far.
So it won't work.
Why though?
Because the signal you are sending now, what the nicotine does is that it's affected the muscle itself.
But asthma doesn't affect the muscle.
It's an infection that is caused a trigger. So the infection is triggering your system to try to fight it. In fighting it, causes more fluid, mucus buildup.
I get it now. Yeah, okay.
So I'll use an example that make people understand. When you hit your leg against something, it swells up. Why? Because your body is sending so much cells there to go and fight it and work on and fix the problem. So it swells up because there's so much going on. That's why we tell you ice it, elevate it, so the fluid, it creates a bit of like balance, right? Every time you have something somewhere, your body sends soldiers there to fight it, which creates overload.
Yeah.
Right? So you have an infection in your lungs, your body you start coughing because there's fluid filling your lungs. You start feeling like you're drowning. That's why he said you can actually drown in your own.
Yeah, so I was just about to ask that, that they say people drown in their own.
Yeah, you can drown in your own blood. You can drown in pus. You can drown with fluid fill your lungs.
Okay.
You drown. You feel like you're suffocating.
Okay. Is there any filter system in the lungs that, when dust particles get in, I don't know, because it's air, it's carrying dust?
So the first filter you get is the hair, or we call cilia, in your nostrils.
Okay. The one that the barbers shave, no?
Yeah.
So we're not for jam?
No.
Yeah, no.
But then fit trim, man. Because streetways.
So the hair there's also trap all these large particles, and as it goes further, there's a mucous lining membrane in your nostril that also traps it. So they attach itself to the mucus. That's why you have the person coughing. You cough and the mucus comes out. It's all trapped dirt and bacteria that is coming out.
So you shouldn't hold your cough.
No.
So
then you hold them.
So henceforth, if I'm public,
henceforth, so the kids who they pick them and nose and eat them, no, it be.
Dog, that's all dead. It's all dead.
You do so before.
Please cut this right.
You be kidding there in the roll arm before. If I roll arm, if you don't roll, I know get the taste.
No. Oh man.
Ajay. Yeah, today episode. So when I smoke weed, they roll out.
So I mean, basically, you should allow yourself to sneeze and cough.
Yeah, that's why you're supposed to go some get a napkin and
sneeze is nose, cough is mouth, right?
Yes.
Sneeze is nose.
Yes.
Okay, and cough is mouth. All right.
Right. So, and those who swallow it, no. Usually, when people come, they say, I have a cough, and you tell a person, how does the cough look like? They can't tell you.
You never seen it.
But they've never seen it, because when they cough, whatever phlegms, whatever is coming, they swallow it. Right. Okay. So, the color of your cough, or the products or mucus that you produce, can tell us what is actually going on. If it's getting from whitish to mucus to creamy, it's an infection. Brownish, it's coming brownish. If it's dark red or bloody, that means that there's something.
If only go give you blue.
Maybe that's from a cocktail.
But it's interesting how the body gets rid of waste. There's farts, there's sneeze, there's cough.
I've heard of this word, asbestosis.
Well, I know asbestos, but I don't know asbestosis.
So yes, so if you are you come in contact with asbestos, which is
industrial
used
for
construction, all that, you come in contact with it, it causes you to have a restrictive condition. The sense that it prevents your lungs from taking oxygen.
Can this be gotten through the regular dust, on
yes, you can have it from dust
constantly.
Yes, retain. Yes, you can have it from dust. Those in quarries, those who work in quarries,
and build up.
Those who work in quarries, yes, you have a risk of that.
Okay.
Those who work in the mining sector. So if mining sector, I remember years ago when we used to do a screening program. I was the health facility where we go to these mining communities and do the screening for the miners, and then those who do the blasting and all that. And we realized that as part of the test, we only didn't just do eye. We did something we call spirometry. So spirometry, and it was funny at the time because you are supposed to blow into something that is supposed to gauge your lung capacity.
Yeah, okay.
So you're supposed to, and it reads, and if you don't hit the mark, it means that we have to write it there. It means you can't go down there in the shaft.
Wow.
It means something, we need to find out what is causing your lung capacity to have reduced. And people in trying to pass their thing, they're trying to, and then they fart.
Interesting.
Because somebody can be like, right, and the person thinks, he's blown, and it just goes like
a little.
Right. So
can we get this device? Is it
spirometry? Yeah, you can buy one.
Not as a test, too. So.
No. Because I was just thinking that maybe we can try one in the office next week.
Spirometry. Yeah. We'll bring one.
Yeah.
You should bring a spirometry.
Yeah, they go do test for house power. Can you see my
to check
prior?
Right.
That's
was so those who swim have the chance that they have a bigger lung capacity because they swim a lot. So they naturally, as you swim, you're gaining
that's
more.
a way to widen.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sorry. That should learn how to swim.
So holding your
either
breath
swimming or high altitudes.
Like
those who live in high altitudes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
I heard it's tougher to breathe.
Yeah, they know. They'll tell you.
Oh yeah, I mean
how's it like breathing?
Yeah, I'm good, bro.
Because the air there is
trees,
less.
I'm high altitude
than down here. It's purer and cleaner, but it's less.
You're going
the higher you go, the less oxygen you're getting.
Oh.
Right. So because of that, they've adapted to taking just little and being okay.
So it means
somebody like that can run for long. That's why you have the Kenyans and because they live in high altitude areas.
So Usain Bolt used to live up somewhere.
So Doc, holding your breath or practicing holding your breath is a good thing.
It's a good thing. It's a practice. You're just building lung capacity.
Okay. Right. Because I'm asking this because we talk about restricting air to the lungs, which is not necessarily a good thing.
It's not a good thing, but this you are doing because your body will tell you start breathing
out.
It's working out. It's like you working out your lungs.
Going to the gym, you feel
so you realize that when somebody is stressed out, or you take deep breaths. Take deep breath to calm yourself down because you are pushing more oxygen into your system, trying to slow things down a bit.
Oh, I get it.
Okay.
But I know you are pushing oxygen into your brain too, because the brain is what's telling you to freak out. Your brain is what's telling you to freak out, so trying to calm things down.
Okay. So Doc, there are several times that we've heard that the air is polluted. I think earlier or
air quality
later,
and all that.
You were saying that it wasn't Hamatan, it was something else. That living in a time like this where you can't run away from polluted air, and there are some people that they live close to construction sites and whatnot. how can they avoid contracting lung diseases? And does wearing a mask work?
Yes, wearing a mask really helps, but it helps to a certain extent, depending on the kind of exposure.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So if you're somebody who works in a sawmill, you work on wood, the dust, there are types of masks that you wear to prevent you from inhaling, because some are very, very fine particles.
Emphasis on types of masks.
The types of masks. There's KN95, there's the normal surgical mask that we have, there's
the legendary face shield.
There's a legendary face shield. There's the cloth mask.
Somebody still has 150,000 pieces sitting in
his house. Right, so you have to, because even when you wear these normal ones and you go to town and come back, when you turn, you can see that's brown where your nostrils have been. It should tell you that there's a level of filtration that it does.
Doc, please, I don't know if we got this ready, but there are two popular diseases or virus, I don't know, I don't know, it's got to do with the respiratory system, pneumonia and bronchitis. These two are very popular.
Right.
Can we just look into those two real quick?
So we'll look at, I have a video of pneumonia, I think.
Okay, yeah. Because I've heard, I don't know if it was true from childhood, I just either I overheard or I just assumed that it's from sleeping in air conditions and under fans and all. It's what can bring you that.
We are breaking myths, right?
Yes, so let's break the myth around that. Does sleeping in the air condition trigger pneumonia in any way?
And sleeping directly beneath the fan. My mom is always on my neck. So today we'll know.
Okay, so the common cause in our part of the world for pneumonia is strep pneumonia, streptococcus pneumonia.
Bacteria.
So it's a bacterial infection. So bacterial infection enters your lungs. So what they are saying is that whatever bacterial infection, maybe the ceiling, the roof, or whatever it is, you want to take this?
Your mom is right. That's first.
How long have you been waiting to say that?
I have this fight with everybody, and let me educate the whole world. The fans we have on our ceiling are circulatory. They are not oscillating. You see the small round ones you put in the corner that is dancing and
that's oscillation.
That's oscillating. That's moving the air and the circulation away. Circulating means the same air that is there
in the room. It maintains the same
round and round. And you've seen our surfaces when we sweep, when we mop, all these things. So it's the same air going round and round. But it's just like blowing on yourself. It feels soothing. So for your comfort, you sleep because it feels good. But if you could see
what it was,
the micro whatever that you are lying there and the thing is on you, and that becomes where you source your air. So you are lying there, this thing is circulating above you. You are breathing in all the dust and stuff that's circulating. You breathe it in, all that gets trapped inside you, and you rather breathe out clean air. You become a filter. So you realize that you wake up with the cold from with the cold, or you feel tired. Or you wake up and the first thing you do is and since madao, it is what die now bread. You understand? So if you want, a standing fan supersedes a ceiling fan, because the standing fan blows air away from
remove all your ceiling fans.
My mother has got me.
And then let's go back to your AC. Why AC?
I have sinusitis, so I've suffered with this.
If you go to another house, ceiling fan is this thing more than standing fan.
So usually when people see a standing fan, it has a uniska.
which is a horrible misconception.
It's a very horrible misconception.
Let's forget misconception.
Right now with the ones with the speaker inside, the ceiling fans with the speaker and the lighting.
Usually you open the window
when you're using a ceiling fan. Open the windows.
That's why you can even put ceiling fans on the porch, on the patio, on the pergola, at the poolside. That's why you see, because there's airflow, and that is also there. But if you close the windows and everything, and you are limited with this air, and you've just got it going around the circle around you, it be rituals.
You see why you are in the room.
Hey, fan bone.
University hostels. You go past somebody in room. Hey, Charlie. They go on.
So you see why you can be in a room. Let's say this room is enclosed. If we turn on the fan here, turn off the ACs, and we turn on the fan, for a while it'll be cool, but after a while we'll get warm. The fan is on, the room will get warm.
Yeah,
because it circulates. The air is not going out. There's no ventilation. There's no cross ventilation. So whatever is in here, the fan, and if you touch the fan, it's really hot. Because it's just moving the same air around. So as it gets warmer and more carbon monoxide is we all produce carbon dioxide into the room, it keeps circulating the same thing. So if for a while, and you keep adding more people to this room, right? and we all produce carbon dioxide, and the fan is still moving. To get to a point, some of us will start collapsing in the room.
So the alternate is keep the windows open and have the ceiling fan.
Yes. So air goes through, it pushes the warm air out for you. Don't sleep and die. The way it was, I don't know why, for some reason, somebody designed it in such a way that ideally, when rooms were designed, they were supposed to be central. But for some reason, you go to somebody's room, they've actually moved it closer to where the bed is.
Because we want the comfort.
The comfort. So usually, the fan, somebody's found a bomb and it's supposed to be doing that.
Yeah.
Because even when you know if you are really hot and I pour cold water at your feet, you feel cold.
Yeah, that's why when my feet are cold, I can't sleep.
Right. So when I was outside the country, when it gets to winter, I find it difficult to sleep. I have to put on like a lot of woolen socks because my feet really got really cold. So the heating system, the heaters in my room, the one by the wall, I had to push the bed closer to it just to my feet to be closer to the heater.
Okay.
For your case, you need a man.
I need it.
Okay.
So the AC system is the same thing. The filtration system of the AC, cold air, redirect cold air, and most bacteria we know and viruses they like cold air.
Okay. So pneumonia is
bacteria infection. It can be bacteria, it can be viral.
It's not just because you slept under constant, as Cyril explained, the circulation of.
So even if you sleep closer to the ground, let's say you sleep on the floor on a mat. As long as he said, there's this bacteria and all these things on the ground, there's a chance that you inhale that too. Right? That's why they advise that
and
the
dirty
bed
sheets.
Yes, please. People should change their bed sheet these days. Man, this matter.
And then bronchitis. So we have an idea of, because of time, we have an idea about
So
pneumonia.
when we talk about bronchitis, we talked about the word. When we look at the anatomy of the lungs, we talk about it coming from the trachea. You breathe in, go through your trachea, which is like that's the first pipe you see, the bigger one. Then it breaks off to like I always use that as like a branches, like the way a tree.
Yes.
So we say the lungs are a turned upside tree.
Yes.
A tree that is upside down. So it comes into your bronchioles, then into your alveoli. Right. Alveoli is where there's a transfer of oxygen between blood and attachment with that. Now the problem has happened in your bronchioles, right? So it's inflammation of the bronchial tubes.
Oh, okay.
Right. So they are the ones who carry air to your lungs, right? So either it's being caused by a viral infection, a bacterial infection, exposure to a pathogen or allergen. You're allergic to something. It can even be so bad that you can even trap foreign bodies. Peanut.
Wait, what?
Yeah, a child was found dead. A child died, and they couldn't figure out what was wrong. And when they did the autopsy, they realized there was peanut in the bronchioles.
Oh,
peanut.
Yes. When I did anatomy, one part I forgot to tell people is that where water, food, air pass the same passageway, but there's a branch somewhere. If I wish I had that image.
Please, was that specific to that child, or it could happen to?
It could happen to anybody. You could inhale something, a particle, and instead of it going to, let's say, to your stomach and probably you poop it out, it could just find its way and enter your lungs.
This could just be a random thing.
It could be a random thing.
Oh, gotta pray, bro.
Wow.
They don't go and breathe what they don't.
So when a child,
enter your lungs inside.
So what? Even bone, the piece of bone, this tilapia and this small bones, they can find themselves trapped there.
So how do you get rid of this, just in case? Because let's say a bone like this gets in there, maybe it's not showing yet.
But you're coughing a lot.
Yes.
You that's why we take a history when you come to the hospital.
Okay.
We ask you, were you eating something? Were you drinking something? When did it start? We try to get to that. Is it something that is environmental, that maybe you breathe in something in the environment, or is something that you took in? So if a child is coughing, if you have a child at home and a child is coughing for a while, and you realize the child, before you knew, the child was playing with sand or stones or something smaller or Lego or something, there's chance that the child has taken it in.
Okay.
A child can be if you see a child touching the ear, that's another way. Children can't talk sometimes, so we use the way they behave. A child can be touching the ear a lot. It tells us there's an infection in the ear, or the child has put something in there.
Okay.
The child sees you putting headphones in your ear, these buds. They pick something on the floor, they think it's buds, so they mimic it, and they also put it in your ear. A child sees you picking your ear with a cotton bud, or those who have been doing the feathers and the broomsticks and the car keys, and they copy. They are the age where they are copying. They are mimicking everything you do. That's why you see a father, you see videos of a child on the phone. The dad is talking on the phone, the child is following, and he's like, and he's doing exactly what it. It's not like he's mocking it, but he's learning. So if you have children at home, you have to be very, very careful around some of these things.
Yeah, that's why children of back in the day, because the cane was available, they didn't copy. They didn't copy blindly. They copied with sense.
And you see,
only why no one would come by my phone. Back in the day, can you touch the telephone? The telephone.
No telephone. TV remote.
You then
TV remote. You don't even go past.
The rubber is on the TV
remote. Why are you even in the hall?
Why?
Your human rights were being infringed upon.
Back in the day,
you are in the hall.
There are cassettes, movie, cassettes,
VHS.
The deck is there. They've covered it with cloth.
Why?
Lace. Who are you to go and raise it and pick a movie to watch?
Put inside.
Hey,
but it's funny though.
You know how we came across pornography? Some of us was like that.
Yes.
Really?
Because the cassettes, some were non-labeled.
Yes, the non-labeled.
The non-labeled ones.
The back of Child's Play.
It's funny
A Child's Play. Mine was Tom and Jerry. It was the Tom and Jerry case.
Doctor, what age was this?
I was like 8.
Wow,
yeah.
You're going to a lot.
Oh man, confused. That's like confused.
But how come your parents were not nice to you, but our grandparents were nice to us?
No, great.
They've seen it done that.
Yeah.
You're great.
I read the first show. They always say the first show are the test subject.
Yeah.
Firstone, test subject. They're testing everything on you.
As you grow crooked,
the disciplinary code. The second one.
See, when my mom,
we are Chris Said,
when mom is a headmistress, and you can envisage at 8:15 that at 4 p.m. back at home you are dead because something happened for school. So the whole day for school, or you are waiting for when they close.
Dude, my mom is a headmistress and she was a teacher then.
Yes.
People's teacher.
Yes.
That was different. Crazy. Like you come home and you're supposed to write. There's this book, exercise book. It has like small boxes. Yeah. I'm supposed to write 1, 2, 3 to the book. The book is finished.
Oh wow, you're crazy.
All this letter.
I don't know how many boxes I know. And in the end, I didn't even do mathematics. I became a doctor.
You will cry till your lungs beg you for air. You understand?
And when they finish, they feed you after.
Yes.
So is it the lung capacity of a child? Even as you are talking, a child crying can even tell you if the lungs are active. That's why we pinch them at birth.
Oh, okay.
To see
the boy, they pinch you.
You give the smack, Some children are like, "What's up, G?" You pinch the child like, yeah.
Those are United fans. We are ready for us. Came ready for us,
bro. That's what you got.
That's it. Take me to EPL. Show me something.
A kid is born in
Chelsea fans.
So anyway, we'll bring the convo to a close. I know we have to. Our time is but this has been very good. At least now we do understand,
the different pneumonia, bronchitis,
I want to see
and asthma.
Who the drug addicts are here. Let's do the breathing test.
Production
has a breathing test for us. Yeah.
Okay.
We cannot do lungs and not do breathing tests.
Yeah, you have to do it.
Why is it specific?
All right,
to
let's check it out.
Let's started with the
let's catch all of them. Well, okay, I'm being told that which one are you making reference to?
If they don't have it, then that's
okay.
fine.
All right, it's fine.
No, but you can do it at home actually.
Yeah.
It's a simple test you can also do at home.
Or if you know the test.
Yes, you can hold your breath.
It's a breath.
It's a breath.
Hold your breath.
Hold your breath and you time it.
For how long?
It's a timer.
Oh, it's a timer. How it tells you so you can tell. Okay, this time I did 10 seconds, 5 seconds. You can be increasing it.
I tell you what.
How do you know when it's bad?
Wait. Let me answer here. When there's a fart, how long you hold your breath together?
then I can hold my breath.
There you have it.
This girl doesn't like bad breath.
Doc, in our subsequent conversations, we'll be looking at the heart, and especially when I get a heartbreak.
Hey,
thank you so much.
Yes, how emotion becomes physical.
Yes, so we'll come
it's,
back.
it's actually a medical condition. Heartbreak is a medical condition.
When we come back,
we can talk about it.
We'll talk about it. And on that note, our time is up. Peace.
Culture Daily was brought to you by Telecel.